Welcome to another episode of Spilling the Veal. We got your host, Terrence Jennings, and our co-host slash producer, Blake McCauley. What's going on, Blake?
Got a
Yes,
big guest for today's show, Terrence. Our first one from the Pat
sir.
Kelsey era. We've got Reyne Smith joining the show today. Talk a little bit about his shooting app that he just released, Reyne Smith Shooting Academy. So all those looking to shoot like Reyne Smith, here you go. He's going to teach you how to do it right here.
Yes, sir. Definitely, it was definitely exciting getting to talk to him. He's nursing his injury right now, but he definitely gave us a lot of information with this Reyne Smith Shooting Academy. Make sure you go check that out. We'll be dropping the link for everybody. But wonderful young man, got to get into a few things just about what he has going on. But it was a wonderful interview, man. Shout out Reyne Smith. Hopefully, we'll have him coming on more often. Get
Who
to talk
knows?
to the
Who knows?
people. We'll see, man. But hey, man, we appreciate him stopping by for a short time, and we're gonna try to keep this thing rolling for sure.
Yeah. Another thing that we'll touch on before we get into the actual episode, we touched on our women's team last episode about going into Notre Dame. They
Man,
went in there, beat them 79-66 in South Bend. Raina Scott had 20 points, 9 of 13 shooting. The whole game, Notre Dame
mm,
they didn't have that lead much. And then yesterday, had a big comeback against North Carolina State at North Carolina State,
mm,
down 13 in the second half. And then Amari Berry said, hold this, watch me do it. And she goes in for
man,
33 points and 12 rebounds off the bench.
man, those girls left it all out there on the line. That's what I'm talking about. Amari Berry, she went crazy. I mean, sheesh. I was like, man, this game is super exciting. But I could kind of see when when we sent it into overtime, I could see NC State. I could kind of check them on the bench. They were really mad at themselves for not putting us away. I think they kind of knew we're one of those teams you have to put away. Okay, if you
Yeah.
don't give us a chance, it's gonna be ugly. And shout out all the ladies that came out there and produced. I could tell they were gassed, but they that's what you call just reaching down deep, pulling up all your will and leaving it all out on the floor. And you see the results. You get the win, undefeated in conference play. I mean, what more can you say, man? We doing big stuff over here in the Ville, man. Shout out the ladies for sure. Yeah.
One last thing before we jump into this Pitt preview and talk to Rain a little bit. Terrence, one thing throughout, I'd say your whole Louisville career is probably different before this, but everybody thinks that your name is spelled Terrence, but there's really one R. I've been waiting to ask you about this until we've actually got a little bit more of an audience where people's going to see it. I think we've built up a little bit enough, but what's the whole backstory
Man,
behind that?
I mean, it's a story of my life, man. My mom picked a name that you could spell about 15 different ways. Okay. So sometimes you can spell it with two R's, an A and a C, two R's. It's different ways that you can spell it. Um, it's spelled Terence. It's only one R, but somebody just assumed that it was spelled with two R's and they just ran off with it. So once it caught like wildfire, I couldn't stop it. So my mom, she never liked it. It drove her crazy. Tell them to learn how to spell your name right. I gave you this name for a reason, and they just keep spelling it wrong. But it happens everywhere. People just start writing my name without asking me how to spell my name for some reason. I don't know, but
So on that
yeah,
poster back
it's
there, I'm
it's
gonna
it's.
say that's two R's. That's two R's on there.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that. Okay, let's say like this. You can spell it either way. Okay, so it's spelled Terence, but hey, if certain people looking for me, it's spelled with two R's. Okay, but nah, it is what it is, man. But you can spell it both ways, but more so, long as you don't put the A in there, that's what it just gets crazy. That's when I'm just a whole nother person. It's like that's not even me anymore. But yeah, that's the story, and that's what it is. So yeah.
Yeah, that's because my entire life, obviously every
Yeah.
Louisville fan thought that was your name, and then I'll never
Yeah.
forget when you started working at Shoot 360. They made that graphic saying "Welcome Terrence Jennings, Coach Terrence," and it's like, did they spell his? that's got one R on it. Did they spell his name wrong on the place that just hired him? And then I saw the
Yeah,
cup that you had that had one R, and I believe somebody in your
yeah,
family made that. I was like, okay, if a family member is making a Terrence that has
yeah.
one R in it, I don't think his family member's spelling his name wrong.
Well, sometimes not all of them. Sometimes even family members get it wrong too, man. It's just one of those names, man. Yeah, it's always been a thing with people just how they never like I said, they never asked me how to spell it, but yeah, it's only one R, and that's me, man, for sure.
Set the record straight now. Terrence with one
Yeah,
R.
it's only one and only, man. The one and only. Don't you never forget it. Yes, sir.
We'll dive into this Pitt game. 100-59 win on the road at Pitt. We shot 63% from the field and almost 52% from three. Terrence, what were your thoughts after this game?
Man, we came out on fire for sure. I mean, forcing turnovers. I mean, Ryan came out 24 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, one steal. He shot 9 for 16 from the field. Javon, shout out Javon. We definitely needed him to step up and do what he did: 17 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. So, man, that was awesome. Sonny came out 12 points. Very great game for him. Isaac, everybody, we just played comfortable. I think we were just more so the better team from Pitt. We just outmatched them at every position. We just forced a lot of turnovers, and we came into their building. So, I mean, that's what you want to see. So that was awesome for us. Hey, shout outs.
I think we got up. I mean, it was like 13-0. I mean, we came out. We looked like a team that was mad about some prior performances. We came out
Yeah.
and we were passing the ball a lot. We were going into the paint and ripping down every single rebound, pushing it down the floor to go score.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that
Right.
was like a picture perfect game of what we wanted to see.
Yeah, that's we got exactly what we want to see from our guys. Like I said, we still have enough to make this happen. We're just going to need everybody to step up their play. We got 7 points from Kobe. Big Zoob got out there and got us 8 points, 5 rebounds.
Big game
I
for
mean,
Zoo.
come on. Ali had 9 points. I told you a few of these guys were dropping a donut, maybe 2 points. Now they're picking their play up. Okay, so now that's going to help us. Hey, when one falls down, another has to step up, man. So way to come together and really prevail and bounce back from that other night because it was tough. So for sure.
We started feeding Zoo late in the game. I mean, Pitt, they were kind of already mentally checked out, but that last like 4 minutes of the game, it was like, hey, give Zoo the ball. And
Mhm.
he was going to work
Yeah,
on that block. He had that nasty
yeah,
spin. He had that pass to Sonny. So, I mean,
yeah,
I know it's just an end of the game kind of garbage minutes at the end, but I mean, I think Zoo
mhm.
might have just earned a few minutes through that garbage time.
And hey, that's how you do it. You come out there. That's how I got my minutes. I would play. I probably my freshman year, I probably played 10 minutes a game. But hey, I'm having 9 points, 6 rebounds, 2 blocks in a short period of time. So, earn your minutes in practice and in the game when you're out there, be productive and show what you got, man. Shout out.
And what Zoo was doing was kind of the one thing that we needed from this team. Besides, I mean, I think the point guard play is really going to come when Michael comes back. And two, I mean, when you're passing the ball that much and everybody's moving, you don't really need a set point guard because everybody's just flowing so naturally. We're going to see the play on the good, and it was all over social media. But when we're just flowing and Ollie's up top, kind of making decisions, and he's that point guard, like that team can be dangerous on offense.
Yeah, for sure. When we're all playing in unison, sharing the ball, and making sure we're getting into our sets and catching that defense off guard, hitting those back doors, pitching out for those 3 points. Yeah, we're pretty much unstoppable. But we have to continue. We have to up our play even more if we want to beat some of those top teams moving forward. But it's definitely something a great bounce back game, a great way to show we have some will and some want out there. And like I said before, I made this key earlier last episode: urgency. We have to play with more urgency. And yeah, that's what they did this against Pitt. So shout out.
Terrence, in Ollie's last 1, 2, 3, his last 4 games, he's 11 for 18 from 3. Is that good?
Mm. Man, that's awesome. Shout out Ali. I mean, like I said before, he has to be more aggressive. He's such a great passer that it's going to open up his shot a lot more. And it looks like he's been in the gym working on his game, working on his shot. He's noticing that that's where he's getting the ball wide open. You're getting clean looks at the ball. You have great touch, big fella. You can shoot the ball. And once they start to commit to your shot, that's going to open up your passing a lot more. Man, this kid, he is a talented passer. I've seen him throw some passes that I haven't seen. I'm not gonna compare. I just haven't seen these type of passes in a while. They're risky, but they're on point. And if he cannot keep knocking that 3-point shot down, he's gonna have a great career, especially moving forward. And when we get into conference play, high assists, we're golden. So shout out Ali, man. Shots looking good. Can definitely tell you've been in the gym working on your game. And it looked like you've been listening to me a little bit, man. So hey, appreciate you hey for taking heed to what I'm saying. But I told you be aggressive, man. So that's what you keep doing, man. You're doing good. Keep it up. So
For this game's good, bad, and ugly, we're just gonna pick 3 good plays from this game because looking at a bad and ugly of a almost 50-point win, that's up for that's what Pitino's doing in those locker rooms. We're not doing that. We're gonna celebrate this good
yeah,
win.
yeah, for sure. We're gonna celebrate this one. And yeah, I mean, it was a lot of good. So it wasn't too much. I mean, you come out like how we did. Hey, I mean, it's always something you can learn from each game. But hey, I mean, 50-point win. I think you got a little bit room for error. So we'll take it easy on. We'll take it easy today. But let's get into this good. Got Isaac handling the ball, gives it off to Ali. Ali. So I guess this is great ball movement. Great ball movement right here. Okay, great ball movement. So how this starts off, Ali catches ball, stop it, stop it. Once he dribbles to Kobe, I believe, yeah, this triggers him to go back door. You can see number 22, he's kind of playing him up on the high side. So this would only make sense to go back door. And the great passer that Ali is, he's gonna make this great pass. So go ahead and play it. Kobe goes back door, bam, he pocket passes, swings it, another extra pass, bam, shot fake, great patience. And then he leaves it out there for Isaac to nail that deep three-point shot.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you give
dribble
Isaac that
handoff.
much. They were doing that all night, and
Yeah,
they talked about it on the broadcast, but, I mean, when you're guarding all these three-point shooters and you're going below every screen, he
yeah. That's about NBA range right there. He's really got when he's on, he's on. So great setup and great patience. Way not to rush anything. Get a great shot for a great shooter and way to take advantage. That puts us up 13-0 and we came out on fire.
get into number 2.
Mm. Okay, Big Zoo. Okay, great pass. Great pass to Sonny. So and I like how they're working on getting the ball inside. They're recognizing the mismatch. Ryan recognizes the mismatch, gets it into Big Zoo. Zoo sees the help come, weak side, and then he drops. Great cut by Sonny. Drops a good bounce pass to Sonny, and he's able to just dunk that ball right in. You know, and that's great ball movement, great patience, and yeah, that's what you want to see from especially your big guys in the inside, sharing that ball and recognizing when that help defense is coming. So yeah, it's good
There's
stuff.
a couple times that we could have probably highlighted another play from Sonny where he recognized the help. I think Ryan was backing somebody down, and the corn guy came down and helped. And Sonny's like, "Okay, I got a wide open lane to the basket," and he got another dunk. And I mean, Sonny might have had a career high in dunks this game. He had about 4, maybe 4 of them. He
Mhm.
was throwing them down this game.
Yeah, he was throwing him down. So hopefully, he can just keep that up. He's very athletic, very strong once when he wants it. And long as we're moving the ball, creating those situations for him to be successful, he's one of those players I feel like if you put him if you put him in a position to be successful, he'll be fine. He needs to work on picking specific spots on the floor where he can be successful and he can score. And I think his teammates are slowly starting to figure that out and where to position him so he can play well and be effective offensively. But he's holding it down defensively, but we just want to make sure he's holding it down and in a great spot and picking his spots on offense.
It seemed like all our big guys that were playing together, like we had an Ali and Sonny lineup, and those two they played really well on the court together. So hopefully we might be able to see more of that of some double big lineups. And I mean, Ollie's
Yeah,
showing that he can space the floor, and if you don't get a hand up, I mean, he's on fire right now,
yeah,
like we just talked. So if it's working,
yeah.
let's see if it can go.
Yeah, I like to see Ali just show some more I mean, get him up, shoot your three, and make sure because he's a big body, he's a presence out there on the court. He's about 7 foot. So all he has to do is put his hands up, clog up the middle. Just as long as he doesn't stretch himself too far away from the paint, make sure he finds his way back into the paint some point in time. But yeah, definitely love what I'm seeing from Ali. Hopefully, he keeps his confidence up and keeps being aggressive because we're going to definitely need that moving forward.
We'll get into our last good. And listen, this barbecue chicken right here, this was so tasty, you would have thought we went down to Wing Station to get this clip, all right?
Yeah, shout out Wing Station. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Okay, Big Zoo. Ooh. I mean, this is what I'm talking about right here. And right here, this kid is completely outmatched. That's a grown man on a teenage body right there. So he's definitely out of his weight class. And Zub recognizes that. He makes a great move, go towards the baseline, um, baits him in with the dribble to the middle.
Get
Go ahead and
everybody on
play
the
it in.
sideline too. Gotta love it.
Yeah. Baits him in with the dribble towards the middle, gets him to commit, bam, uses his weight, spins off, rolls off the shoulders, and finishes with a great strong move to the basket before that help side can get over there. Bam. He did it so fast he didn't even know what happened. So this is what this kid I believe is capable of. I like to see him get his confidence up and kind of show more of this. So shout out Zoo, man. It's good to see you getting out there and showing what you got, man. Love it.
The things he was doing right there, we needed a back to the basket, kinda big, that could still pass, and he'll be a brick wall and just he'll foul,
Yeah.
he'll grab rebounds, and the one thing I know that Pitino he was on Samardo really heavily about was bringing the ball down when he got it, and that's one thing that I do notice when
Yeah.
Zoo gets it. He's grabbing the ball and he brings it down, and then you've got 4 and
Yeah.
6 arms reaching in there to get it, and that's why I think some of these that he's been blocked on is because he's bringing it all the way down to his knees to get back up, and you've got a bunch of hands in there reaching for it.
Man, that is a wonderful point, Blake. That's a wonderful point. Definitely, that was something that Coach Pete really harped on when we're in practice, not bringing the ball down because it's such a natural thing to bring the ball down to get your momentum to go back up. So if you can build your core and practice just naturally not keeping the ball no lower than your chin, because once you bring it down, you leave it exposed for those little guards. That's their last hope of success to get the ball from you. Once you bring it down to their level, that's the last chance they have to strip the ball from your hands. Okay. And if you bring it down too low, the ref isn't going to be able to see what happened. It's a legal steal. So get the ball, make sure you're chinning it. You're such a big guy. Everybody's going to get out the way. You're a great finisher. You're athletic. Take advantage of that. Work on chinning the ball, and he'll be fine. But I think it'll just take more reps and people reminding him, chin the ball, keep it up. And hey, if you keep getting the ball stolen enough, you'll get tired. You'll get tired of bringing the ball down. So, hey, man, you better work on it now.
We haven't touched on it again, but Michael Brown Jr. was out again. They said he did a little more in this shoot around. So hopefully he's starting to ramp up, and we're able to get him back in these next couple weeks. And then Kanai, he was still out with that nasty flu, so he must have that nasty flu bug.
Yeah, we're dealing with some things. Hey, I see what's going on in the streets, man. It's a lot of talk going on. Hey, I'm just here so I won't get fined. I don't know what's going on. I ain't got no inside information, but look, I just want my team to win. But you always want to do what's I see what's kind of going on social media, with Mike Hill's dad and everything. You always want to do what's best for your kid. And like I said, we wish that young man all the success in the world. We know he's taking care of his kids. He's doing a wonderful thing. So hey, take all the time you need. Make sure you're a healthy young man because we definitely want you back. We're just really excited to have you back. And we know with him, we can win a lot more games. So if the fans get a little crazy, this is Louisville, man. The fans take this stuff serious. They're not playing no games. They want to see, hey, if you might have to be in a hospital bed for us to feel like you really injured. So, hey, we know he's really dealing with a serious injury, and we need him to take all the time he needs. But make sure he's doing his rehab, doing what he can to get back to us because we definitely can win some more games. But I think we'll still be fine, and we'll still, everybody has to step up. If everybody steps up, reaches down, we get a few more guys back. We get Kanai back, get those other guys back. We'll be good to go. Especially when Mike Hill comes back, we'll have a full squad, and we'll be ready to make a push come tournament time. So yeah, that's what it's all about. That tournament, baby. So hey, as long as you back by then, we all good.
Just wanted to take a second and give a big shout out to Bestway, home of the low price guarantee or it's free, where you can get all your home furnishing needs on a deal. They have everything from smart refrigerators, washer dryer sets, 86-inch TVs, PS5s, Xboxes, all the way to reclining living room suites and bedroom suites. Bestway offers so many ways to pay, from retail to rent to own and even financing through Lendmark. With 2 locations in Indiana, 1 in New Albany and 1 in Jeffersonville, and 5 locations in Kentucky: Radcliffe, Dixie Highway, Hikes Lane, Shelbyville, and Shepherdsville. Stop by today and tell them that we sent you to get $100 off your new item. Now let's get back to the show.
So we've had players from both the Crum and Pitino era on the show. Now we've got our first from the Pat Kelsey era. This man set our all-time three-point record for three-pointers in a game against SMU last season with 10, top 30 all-time in three-pointers at the Division I level. If you need any definitions on an injury report, this is your go-to man. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Reyne Smith. Reyne, appreciate you for joining us.
Thank you guys for having me.
First off, on a real note, I know that you've kind of been dealing with your own injury. How's your recovery process been going, and when do you think you'll be able to hit that floor again?
Yeah, I mean, I've been injured for almost 3 months now, which has been frustrating, especially in my first professional year. But starting to turn the corner now, and hopefully we'll be back in, hopefully by end of the month, or if not, like kind of week into the month. But starting to progress really well. But yeah, it's been a long, kind of pretty boring injury. So just excited to be back on court.
Yeah, for sure. Man. But before we ask any questions about the pig game, I want to hear about your academy, your Reyne Smith Shooting Academy. We heard so many great things about it, and kind of explain to everybody what that entails, what's going on with that.
Yeah, so I've partnered with one of my old teammates from Charleston. He set up this app which you can post workouts and things like that, and asked me to be a part of it. And I found it super interesting because I know for me growing up, like I was always interested in shooting stuff. I'd search up on YouTube like Steph Curry workouts, how he shoots, Klay
Okay.
Thompson, things like that. So
Yeah.
I think I've been blessed with a unique ability to be able to shoot, and I want to be able to share that to the best of my ability to everyone. And this like shooting academy thing is where you sign up through a link which will be on my bio and things like that, and you'll get 2 workouts a week, which shooting drills that I do, and kind of give you structure in a workout. Because the amount of times I see kids and people will go to a court and shoot and just do random stuff, and I'm like, well,
Yeah.
if you want to get better, there's got to have some sort of structure. So it provides that, but then provides a Discord community where you can ask me anything about shooting. You can send your videos in of how you shoot. I can help break it down. I can help talk general basketball stuff. I can help you with shooting and things like that, and try and make it like a fun community. So that's kind of the goal around it. And yeah, so continuing to build that and market that.
That's awesome. Especially me and TJ see it all the time up at Shoot 360, where these kids, they want to shoot like Steph Curry and they want to shoot like Reyne Smith. And the first thing they do, they go to that 3-point line and they start shooting. And it's like, hey, I don't think Reyne Smith or Steph Curry, the first thing they're doing when they walk into a basketball court is going straight to that 3-point line. I think they're
No.
working on some form shooting, some things like that. So it's awesome to be able to see firsthand through this app everything that you're kind of your journey that you've been through.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. What is your process like? Just how did you work on your mechanics just coming up as a kid? What did you do to just develop such a pure looking shot like that?
Yeah, well, I first learnt the basics, and it guess I had really good coaching from when I was about
Mhm.
11 years old. So I definitely was fortunate with good coaching around me, and they would teach like form shooting and kind of the basics of what you want to feel when you shoot. And I just kind of fell in love with it. I was able to pick up on it quickly, and um,
Mm.
kind of through my own journey of shooting is like I'm super aware of how I miss, how my shot feels, and like making adjustments where a lot of times, like if you ask a guy why they miss short, they couldn't tell you exactly. It could be a leg problem, it could be their rhythm problem, like they don't really know. So I've been able to, I guess, from a start be like super curious on my own shot and adjust, and kind of the look of my jump shot just comes naturally, but it's more so of how it feels and kind of getting the feedback. "Oh, I keep missing left, so there's something I need to fix with something," and that kind of depends on how I'm feeling. So I think from a young age, I got really good coaching and pretty much ingrained form shooting into my head, and so then I was able to kind of do that over what 10, 12 years now. So kind of over time, your shot, I guess, becomes what they call pretty or whatever. So that's kind of the start of it all.
We'll definitely love to get in more of your app later in this episode, or maybe if you're on in future episodes, we can definitely talk a little bit more about that. But we're here after this Pitt game where Pat Kelsey and the boys went into Pittsburgh and just they laid it down 100-59. Kind of, what are your thoughts after that game?
Well, I didn't really get a chance to watch. I was working out during that time, but I was able to kind of keep update on score and quickly check in while I'm having a quick little break in the workout. But I think to first a good response of after dealing with a bit of heat from losses to just feeling this external pressure and things like that. So it's always positive, especially a 40-point win on the road is not easy. I don't care who you play. You could say Pitt's not very good this year, but to beat a college team by 40 points is not an easy thing to do. So especially on the road. So it's good to see they were able to respond. It can go one or two ways when you deal with adversity like that. You can either rally together and figure it out and fix it, or you can turn individually and just go to yourself, and it kind of turns the other way. So it was good to see them get a huge win, not just a regular win, just winning by 40 points on the road to a high major Division One team is not easy to do.
I come from the Pitino era, so we have two different coaching styles. You, Pat Kelsey, me, Rick Pitino. So I remember it was one game we lost pretty bad, and Coach Pete comes in the locker room. He just takes all of our Adidas jersey. He takes everything. You guys don't deserve to wear this brand anymore. I think he let us keep everything except for our. He let us keep. Uh, he didn't let us keep anything except for our shoes. Like our just let us keep our Adidas shoes. But it was just this big old ordeal. But what is Pat Kelsey? What is his way of rallying you guys and coming back from a loss? And what is his process like at motivating you guys and getting you back on track?
Well, one, he makes you practice hard as crap after it, and especially like during those times in the season, you're pretty sore, tired, and it's just like this doesn't matter. Like it's not working. So then you go in the film room, you're probably gonna have a film for an hour and a half, and
Oh,
most of the time you're probably going to be getting yelled at the entire time of playing soft, doing all these things, and then you get to really see it and see it unfold. And then the other thing is like you can't really question anything because of like he has a great history of winning. So you're like, You're absolutely right. And so then, yeah, you get onto the practice and it'll be full go. Like there's no load management. There's none of that. You've got to go out there and practice as hard as you can and fix it is the way. That's kind of how we approach and how my experience is after losing a couple games and things like that. So it's pretty quick to make adjustments and kind of get everyone on the same page. So he's definitely a little bit more fired up, but I think for me, I always saw it as warranted.
Last year, like if you guys were going through a stretch or even at the very beginning of the season, you guys had Chucky obviously to help rally the guys on the court, but who else behind the scenes were really the guys that maybe that somebody was having a down day, they would pull somebody aside and really hold them accountable? Like who were the main voices around your guys' locker room?
Yeah, so I mean, it kind of varied and different things. And I guess I can speak on my own experience. I was with PK for 4 years, and a lot of the guys last year were all first year with him. So I think I saw a responsibility that I had to lead more vocally than I guess what I was used to in the past. So did that and like seeing guys having a bad day, PK's challenging them and things like that. So it's yeah, I found myself being as vocal as possible, and then guys like Chucky, Fat, Javon, I think they're real lead by example of how they approach and different things like that. But I think for me, my focus was vocal, seeing guys like when PK's on him, it's like not how he's saying, it's what he's saying. And it's not because he hates you or feels a certain way or anything. He just wants the best out of you. He thinks you have more to provide for the team. So then he's going to challenge you as much as he can until you get it. So I think that was, I guess, my role in a sense last year of kind of just telling guys like it's okay. Like, yeah, PK is an intense dude, but like it's okay. Like we can still relax a little bit in the sense of like don't have to be
Yeah.
so jittery. Like as a player, you got to kind of play free and like yes, he demands a
Yeah.
lot, but like he still wants you to
Yeah.
play with that freedom.
What's something about like his whole culture that we can see from the outside? Like everybody, you always hear about a PK practice. You can hear it from, I mean, a half a mile away. The gym is so loud. And I got to talk to Javon during media day and just ask about the whole culture of having Johnny Ballgame around the team. And you could just instantly see like how much he meant to that team. And you were with him for 4 years. Just
Mhm.
what did Johnny Ballgame mean to the whole environment of that team?
I mean, it's awesome. And as far as the culture stuff and how it is, the way it works is like it's authentic. That's like people can talk about culture when things are going good, but as soon as it's bad, it's like, what's it like? But
Yeah.
with how like Pat Kelsey and the whole staff operate is no matter what, no matter how you feel, it could be the middle of October. Like practices better be loud. You lose a couple games, like practices better be loud. You better be doing this. You better have this attitude, like no matter what. And you kind of see that trickle off the court too. Of that's like how I guess culture kind of forms. It's what you do every single day, no matter what. And having Johnny there, it's like you hear PK always talking about the importance of family and how much it means to him and things like that. Then you see him bring his own son in and be involved, and it's like you kind of get a better understanding of who he is as a person. So then it makes it a whole lot easier when he's yelling at you of like, I know where this is coming from. Like he's not yelling at me because he hates me, yelling because of love. And yeah, having Johnny there, it's great. He loves it, especially during the winter break over there. Is off school and he's in pretty much every day. So
Living every
it,
kid's dream over there.
yeah, yeah, it's hilarious. So he's probably learn some things like that you probably shouldn't have to at 12 years old. So, but it's great. And I've got to say he's got my number now and he's always throwing in texts at me just randomly and asking if I'm watching the game and stuff like that. So, it's cool having him around. And then, yeah, you kind of see kind of a different side of, I guess, PK and everything. You see him as a human, not just a coach that's on you to for whatever reason. So I think that's how the culture is kind of formed.
Awesome. We'll ask you a couple more questions. We don't want to take too much of your time, but I know that you were quite the golfer when you were over here at Louisville. you've probably answered this question a few times, but who do you think during your peak and Peyton Sieva's peak, who is a better golfer?
Me. When I was playing my best, I think I'm better. So we during the off season we played like over the summer we played at like Sunday morning. We were like the first two out, and it was kind of like a little routine of we'll be up at 6 a.m. on a Sunday, and just us two will go play golf before anyone gets out, and we get done in about 2.5 hours. So it was pretty cool to build a relationship with him and be able to play golf every Sunday morning. So, but yeah, I think on the best day I got him.
One more, the last one that I've got. Peyton was also Terrence's teammate during his time at Louisville.
Yeah.
What was it like to have just a coach like him who's been to the NBA, been to the NBL, won a national championship, basically done there and done everything? Like, what did that mean having him as a coach?
Yeah, I think it just kind of makes what he says gold. I think and a lot of the guys felt that, like he worked closely with Chucky, obviously, and you see how that turns out. And I think his knowledge is unbelievable of how he sees the game and all that. And I guess just who he is as a person is crazy. Like, obviously, like I knew who he was like when I was coming into Louisville, and then meeting him and just how like down to earth and everything he is, and just a genius. And after the season, I was still hanging around Louisville, and as I came back from my ankle, I was working out with him twice a day and being able to learn kind of different drills he does and things like that was super cool for me and helped me kind of develop a lot over the off season. So yeah, I mean, having him around the program is great. He's a genius, and yeah, just overall a great person.
Yeah. Shout out Peyton, man. That's my guy right there. Served me up some nice lobs. Hey, when we played together, and he's very down to earth, very humble guy, but
Yeah.
he's very intelligent on the court, can definitely read defenses very well, and he was very athletic coming in. A lot of people don't know Peyton had a huge vertical coming in at McDonald's All-American, all that. So, man, shout out Pay, and he definitely got me some great highlights on Sports Center too, man. So, hey, man, that's my guy for forever, man, for sure. But yeah, anything else, Blake?
No, that's everything we got. Reyne, would you leave the people with anything before you head out?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to learn how to shoot like me and join a community and ask me questions on anything, there's a link in my bio on Instagram and Twitter and everything. So any questions on that, if anyone can reach out, I'll get back to them. So yeah, that's I guess what I'll leave with.
Say it again. The Reyne Smith Shooting Academy.
Shooting. Yep.
Okay.
So then,
Everybody check out that Reyne Smith Shooting Academy. Hey, it's a lot of wonderful technology. One of the best shooters that came through Louisville. So for sure. Definitely check that out. Go ahead. What you were going to say.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate you for joining us. You always got that open invite anytime you'd like to come on and just talk hoops.
Yeah, sounds great. Definitely try
Thank
and get on as much as I can if I get a chance to watch the games and be able to just talk basketball. So I love it. But yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
When it comes to the wings in the city, there's only one stop that always delivers. This is always our go-to spot in the city. Pull up to Wing Station. If you rocking with Spillin' the Ville, we had to put our name on something special.
Wing Station, flavor that speaks for itself. Grab the Spill in the Meal deal. Crispy wings, bold flavors, fresh every single time. Our next matchup is this coming Saturday at 3:30 at the KFC Yum Center. We welcome in Virginia Tech. They've had some pretty heartbreaking losses over the past couple weeks. Boopy Miller hit an insane half-court shot to send them home with a win. Terrence, what are your 3 keys for this game?
All right. TJ's 3 keys. Okay. Key number 1, contain Toby Law. You know, this will be his 5th game back since injuring his ankle. Last game against Notre Dame, he had 22 and 11. So he's very long, athletic forward, and he's very, very, very skilled. Okay. So we have to do a wonderful job at containing him. Key number 2, we want to make sure we close out. No blow-bys, containing our man, stay in front of our man. This team is very good at penetrating, getting to the basket. So we don't want to give them any free, easy buckets to the basket. We want to make every shot difficult. And also key number 3, we have to fight to the last minute. This team's played some close games. You know, they lost to SMU 77-76, Wake Forest 81-78, and they also won a triple overtime against Virginia. But hey, this team plays hard, so we got to fight to the last minute. And this is going to be a dogfight. It's not going to be easy, but if we play our game, we'll be fine. So those are TJ's 3 keys.
That triple overtime game between Virginia and Virginia Tech, we saw kind of what we looked like against Virginia. This was Virginia Tech's first conference game of the season, and it was a barn burner. A couple people that we have to look out for. We talked about Toby Law, and their leading scorer is Amani Hansberry. He's averaging almost 16 points a game, almost 9 rebounds, shooting 50%. He's not really much of a three-point threat, but on the road, he's shooting a lot better than he is at home. He's almost shooting 40% on the road. So there's something about that Virginia Tech gym that he just doesn't like, it seems like.
Yeah, sometimes it's like that, man. You know, it's just different depth perception. But hey, we just got to make sure he doesn't shoot well against us and keep that streak going on at home. So,
all right, that's everything that we've got planned for today's show with 35 KY Sports. You guys can go in our description and find the link to Reyne Smith Shooting Academy. You can also find the link to the $26 wash at Unrivaled. If you haven't used that yet, head into Best Way, get your $100 off your new item, and head into Wing Station and get that spill on the meal deal, baby. All the information is running in the ad that we run before TJ's 3 keys. You can check that out. Also, thank you to Derek A. Stewart, Realtor. Terrence, you got anything before we leave?
Yes, sir. Shout out all our sponsors: Unrivaled, Best Way, Wing Station, the best wings in the nation. Derek Stewart, Realtor. Make sure you follow Spilling the Veal on all social media platforms. And yeah,